This episode is sponsored by Best Life Coaching Society.
This what I tell 'em. Look, I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. And today we have Mr. Robert YB Youngblood. And oh man, he's involved in lots to do with giving. He's a connector, coach, a consultant. Consider the you want to if you want to consider he's like the point guard of entrepreneurship, the Kyrie Irving, but doing some amazing things, connecting people, and just truly helping to make our world a better place. And I'm so thankful that he's here to interview with the Success Chronicles today.
Hey, peace and blessings, Chip. Appreciate being on your show and being able to interview with you, man. Heard so many great things about you. Been watching you on a couple of video clips, and I appreciate you being on your show, bro.
Oh yeah, well, let's dive right into it. Talk to us about your life story. I know off air we talked about kind of where you're from and kind of where you are now. But if you don't mind tracking that story for me up until now.
No question. So I mentioned that I'm originally from Bronx, New York. I grew up in a single parent home. My dad was actually murdered when I was 2. And that actually is a catalyst for me being a giver, because I recognize that even though I had lost a major part of my life, through my father, I don't have to be bitter, And so growing up in a single parent home, I was a latchkey kid. I don't know if most people know what a latchkey kid is, but I was that dude that wore his keys on a shoestring. I guess that's probably why I wear ties so much, right? Because it just reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to wear my keys on my neck, and my mom would say, "Don't lose them keys." Matter of fact, the reason why I had to put them on my neck is because I kept losing my keys. So she's like, "We're gonna put it on your neck so that you don't lose them." So yeah, grew up in the South Bronx. Started out, going to public school, and then I went on to Catholic school and did Catholic school from 4th grade to 12th grade, and that was influential in me in terms of just gaining a greater sense of faith and awareness. I'm not Catholic. Shout out to those who are, but I learned how to appreciate faith and appreciate purpose and appreciate having a mission. And I had the opportunity to go to Virginia Union University in 1996. Almost didn't go, but luckily I went on a college tour with the men of Omega Psi Phi. Shout out to the Qs. Even though I'm wearing purple today, I'm not a Q. Shout out to the Qs though. I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. But as a result of that relationship, I was exposed to 11 HBCUs in a week. And then I went to Virginia Union, and the card just was played in my favor for me to get a full scholarship to go. And as a result of that experience, I grew as a man by attending Virginia Union. It took me 7 years to finish a 4-year degree. I did not leave with a master's. I left with a great network and great stories, but it took me 7 years to finish on my undergraduate degree, right? So
I was pretty close to that plan too. I understand that.
Yeah. Shout out to anybody go to HBU, they know. Okay, we know why it took you 7 years. You went to HBCU. You was having too much darn fun. So, but yeah, that's where I am, and I had some internships that exposed me to business. I worked for Chase Manhattan Bank when I was in college, and which is now J.P. Morgan Chase, and that experience opened my eyes to what was possible. Right. Keep in mind, I grew up in a single parent home. My dad was murdered when I was 2. So the only business owner that I knew about was my father, who owned a business, right? But his hustle was he was a street pharmacist. And so I knew I wasn't trying to go that route. But seeing how there were African-American senior vice presidents that was making moves, looking sharp, making money. And I remember leaning over to a guy that was sitting next to me. I said, yo, man, we're gonna be rich. You know, we're gonna start this business, we're gonna be rich. And little did I know that years down the line, I would start my own business. That was a joke when you was at that age, but now it's real. And now I'm a father of 2 beautiful daughters. I'm married, going on 13 years. And we're just focusing on impacting lives, man. Just helping people get out of that poverty mentality so they can become successful, wealthy, and rich.
You know, like you was talking about, you know, you talked about we're gonna be rich. You know, that's like the the church grandmamas. Speak it to existence, baby.
Oh,
Speak it
no
into
question.
existence.
Right. Say it until it comes to fruition, man. And but see, that's a success principle. Most people don't know. You know, there's value. Now, a lot of people say, well, if I say I'm a millionaire, then I'm gonna be a millionaire tomorrow. No, it's gonna be some work involved.
Yeah.
Right. There's gonna be some struggle involved.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever you speak out of your mouth, that word is a seed. Right. So if I take an apple seed and I put it in the ground, it's gonna produce an apple. Right. So people don't realize this. They think it's a joke. It's not a joke. It's real. It's real talk, man. It's like, you know. But what happens is just because I put the seed in the ground doesn't mean I automatically get the apple, right? It's got to turn into a plant first.
Yeah.
It's got to produce leaves. The
And
leaves
and
got to fall. You know
and
what I'm
you
saying?
gotta
There's a
put it in good
process.
soil
Oh, you
and
got to put
have
that
some
good soil.
water
You got
on
to
it.
put the water. That's right.
Yeah.
So a lot of people go, if I just speak it, then I'm gonna get it. Nah, bro. It's a process, and you got to be willing to go through the process. You got to be willing to
That's
go
it.
through the process.
Well, talk to us about your career, you know, some of the things you've been involved in as far as your career.
Yep, no question. So when I graduated from Virginia Union in 2004, one of the first things I did was I started a direct sales business. Went into business for myself, connected with a fraternity brother who got me put on to the Amway business. At that time, it was called Quickstar. Focused on e-commerce, and at that time, people thought we was crazy. It was like, nah, man, people not shopping on internet like that. But we fast forward to now, everybody's doing business on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
But that experience taught me the real deal about entrepreneurship, right? It taught me how to engage people. It taught me how to communicate. It helped me develop my leadership skills and my networking skills. I eventually sat down with one of my coaches in the business, and I said, "Yeah, man, I got this major business plan. I'm gonna get you to be an investor. This person." And he said, "Listen, I don't know about those other guys, but I'm not giving you a dime. You need to go get a job." And I was so ticked off, man, because all I wanted to do was I wanted to be this audacious business owner, man. I wanted to be this entrepreneur. But little did I know that I needed that experience because I had some gaps. So I went to work, started working for the Boy Scouts of America. I spent 5 years working for them in their Learning for Life division, program that focused on character education and career exploration. That's when I began to literally develop my love for speaking. And so I traveled around Central Virginia, 24 counties and 4 cities, where I spoke to high school kids, elementary school kids, middle school kids, college students about character. Um, and then I exposed them to careers. I did that for about 5 years, transitioned, started working for some other nonprofits, and eventually got laid off from a nonprofit organization in 2012. And that was a challenging moment for me because I'd never been laid off, Chip. I don't know if you've ever been laid off before, but when you're laid off, it's kind of like a part of you dies, right? Because many of us put so much value in a position, in a job, that when we lose it, a part of ourselves, it feels like destroyed. Like it feels like we are less than. When in actuality, we shouldn't put the focus on the job. We should put it on relationships, the skills that we develop, and the lessons that we learn to grow as a person. Because if the job says we no longer need you, that's fine. You can take those 3 things with you and go to the next opportunity, right? But most people put the focus on the job, my job, my job, my job. It's not your job. You didn't create it, right? They brought you in to do a task. They can let you go. So when I got let go, while I was hurt, I did the one thing that I was trained to do, and that was to pray. So as I was leaving, I prayed to God that he would deposit within me something that would allow me to live for him while using the gifts and talents that he has given me to impact others. And that's when he blessed me with YB Connects, which is my current firm, right? So YB Connect, some people put YB space connects. There is no space. It's all connected, right? YB Connects, one word. YB is a nickname that I was given when I was in college. Connects is what I do. And I immediately started working with people on LinkedIn. Matter of fact, my first client was a classmate of mine at Virginia Union who approached me about helping her use LinkedIn so that she can transition to another position. And I sat down with her and her fiance at the time and worked with them. And she wrote me a check for $100 for 1 hour work. Chip, I don't know about you, but I never got paid $100 for hour work. And so I
Never.
said, hold up. If she gonna pay me $100 for hour work, I'm gonna be rich. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so little did I know that it was gonna take a while, but I just started, start working, grinding. I got invited to speak in Greensboro for an organization called the Public Relations Society of America. They took care of my speaking fee. They took care of my lodging. They took care of my travel. I said, hold up, bro. I spoke for maybe an hour and I got paid this and they took care of this. Oh, let's go. And that began, that enhanced my desire to speak. Fast forward to 2016. I was blessed to be able to connect with Dr. Eric Thomas, E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher, through some mutual connections. Got involved in his Breathe University, which is his e-learning online community.
Yes.
Got
Very
connected to
familiar with
some
that.
other people, and my life has changed, bro, as a result of that connection. And now I'm connected to my coach Kendall Ficklin,
Yeah.
who is in the Grindation.
Uh-huh.
And bruh, my joint is just a whole nother level of accountability, this momentum, but all because I got laid off in 2012. I prayed, and now God is helping me to fulfill that aspect of the prayer.
Yeah, those guys, man. I've been blessed to interview Kendall as well, Coach Kendall.
Love it. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and so
I saw
man,
that interview. Saw that interview. Yep.
it's amazing. Like those guys, man, fire.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh my,
On
and then
1,000, bro. And
oh
when you
yeah.
and what's crazy, see, a lot of people see them on video and all that stuff edited, bro. It's when
Yeah,
you talk to them in person, you hang out with
right.
them in person. When you listen to them on conference calls, Kendall banging on the table and ET going in on us on a conference call. It's that fire, man. But the beauty of it is that it's brothers, man. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's men who are reaching back. Now they're not reaching back and just chilling. They're still grinding, man. They're
Like
still doing their thing.
it's like fire. It's fire behind it.
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
had a chance to hear, like, a couple times ET has come through Houston. I've had a chance
Yep.
to hear him speaking, man. Just like you said, like it's one thing you see the videos, the edited videos, but
Yeah.
then the real, like the raw,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
wow.
It's funny. I've seen videos. So, like my first year being connected to ET and Breathe University, I went to 10 different cities that year, right?
Mm,
10 different engagements that year. So one engagement he did was in Chicago, and my man went off. Like literally, like he goes to another level. My man went to another dimension in
yeah,
that particular conference. And what's crazy is when you look at the video, I'm like, yo, I was sitting right there in the front row. I can't see myself, but I knew exactly where he was positioned. When he dropped that message, I said, I was there. That was fire. My man went to another dimension. So some speakers go level 1, level 2. Nah, my man went to, like, how Mario, like Mario Brothers, when you go into the pipe and you go into another level. That's when my man, when he went to another zone, man. I'm like, are
oh,
you kidding me, bro?
oh
Yeah.
man, that's a good explanation right there. That's
Oh my
true.
God. Let me tell you something. Fire. But you walk out, you ready to walk, you ready to run through a brick wall. Like, let's go.
That's it, man. And it's good, when you can connect with people, like you are and have done and are doing, just
Yeah.
the relationships, life moves at the speed of relationships,
Yeah, it does.
and the quality of your relationships. I think, all relationships determines the quality of your life, you know?
Yep. Yep. I agree. 100%. Because people they're gonna make deposits and they're gonna make withdrawals. Right? You're gonna make deposits, you're gonna make withdrawals. And so the goal is to make more deposits than you make withdrawals. Right?
Mm.
And so the challenge thing about relationships is that you got to make deposits, right? But you got to have something to give. So what that means is that you got to get poured into. You got to read. You got to listen. You got to associate. And these things will build you up. And then when there's an opportunity for you to pour into somebody, you got something to deposit.
Love it. Love it. Well, what's 3 things you accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
Oh my gosh. Well, the first one is that I have 2 beautiful daughters. That's that's my greatest accomplishment. My two beautiful daughters. Coming from a single parent home, having no father, I've lived in my daughters' lives longer than my father lived in mine. Keep in mind, my dad was murdered when I was 2. So my daughters are 10 and 8. They're aspiring entrepreneurs, aspiring accountants, aspiring photographers. You catch them on the right day, they'll probably tell you something different. But right now, my oldest daughter, she wants to work where my wife works. She wants to be an accountant like her mother. My youngest daughter wants to be a photographer, a minister, a dancer. She want to be everything. But I love it because at the end of the day, they believe that they can do it. Why? Because we tell them that they can do it. They see mom and dad making things happen. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be number one. That'd be my biggest accomplishment. My second accomplishment would be being married for 13 years. Like I said, my mom wasn't married. Her mom, my wife's mom, wasn't married. So being married for 13 years, and you talk about breaking generational curses. So, we're taking it 1 year at a time. Matter of fact, my wife told me she renewed my contract for another year. So I'm like LeBron. I'm like LeBron. Like we talked about Kyrie, so I got my contract renewed. Played for her team for another year. So she got me on a year-to-year contract. I gotta keep putting up buckets and giving assists, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is.
Oh,
And
that's
then,
too funny, man.
yeah, and then I think the third thing would be, it's so many to choose, but I think the third thing would be just going back to college when I dropped out. I told you it took me 7 years to finish college, but I didn't tell you that at the end of 4.5 years, I dropped out of school uh, because I hit a brick wall financially, spiritually, emotionally, and went back home. And I spent 18 months back in New York. And right around that time, that's when we got hit with 9/11. I was literally running away from falling debris, towers falling.
Wow.
It's that emotional warfare that took place. But in August of 2002, I went back. And I said to myself, I'm not going to take longer than 2 years to get this degree. And that's what happened. I came back so strong. I literally, so if you watch some of my videos, I got this new LinkedIn series now. It's called Walks with YB. And I always start off with peace and blessings, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was I during that 18 months, I had a spiritual transformation. I had an emotional transformation. And so I literally came back and everything I said was peace and blessings. I was saying peace and blessings so much that the people would describe me as the peace and blessings dude. Like they'd be like, who? The peace and blessings dude? Yeah, that's him. Peace and blessings, right? And it took me 2 years to finish my degree. So I came back August 2002. I finished May 2004. And that was it, man. So that would be my third biggest achievement, man. Coming back from that setback, and
There it is.
and that's pretty much it.
Man, it's crazy now. You've been through some stuff, you know,
Yeah,
and
and that's just the half, bro. I know we talking for another few minutes. That's just the half, bro. I got stories for years, bro, which is good. I'm honestly, there's certain things that we don't think about. I remember through the character program I was telling you about, character education called Learning for Life. I built a volunteer speakers bureau. And so I would identify people in the community who may have graduated from the schools that I'm working with. And I would bring them in to speak to the students about success and how to be wealthy and rich, but not from a monetary perspective, but more so character. And what I found was that the people that were impacted the most weren't the teachers, weren't the students, it was the speakers. Because they weren't professional speakers. They were sharing things that they really hadn't thought about in years, but because they got in the
had to
mix with
bring
some
it up.
young people, they
Yeah.
started thinking about those things, and it started making them think like, man, and they left impacted, right? It left impacted. And um, so yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, when we get a chance to speak and do these interviews, I don't take it lightly, man. I'm always prepared when it comes to telling my story, but I never know how the Holy Spirit is going to lead for me to say what I need to say, because there's somebody that's going to listen to this that needs to hear what I said, and I need to say it in a way that will prick their ears and their heart and allow them to say, you know what, I need to take that next step. There might be somebody that's about to drop out of college, or somebody who already dropped out of college, that they hear this message and they say, you know, I need to go back. It might be somebody that's like, man, marriages don't work. But then they hear this message and they say, yo, this young brother, you know, has been married 13 years. They say, I don't want to have kids. But they hear this brother say he's got 2 beautiful daughters. He didn't have a father growing up. So you just never know. And we have to be able to tell our story, man. And Kendall tell us all the time, you selfish if you don't tell your story. You thinking that people going to judge you based on your delivery, but in actuality, they are dying to hear the message that you need to tell, because only you can reach them. You feel me? So Chip, I applaud you for having this platform, because as a result of you getting connected, there's people whose lives your voice may not touch certain people, but because you get connected, you now leverage other people's voice to impact other people's lives. And from there, bro, it's like you the conduit, man. You the conduit.
Right.
And you another point guard, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might be Russell Westbrook. You just might just want to slam. You know, Russell is a PG, but he just like to score a lot. You know what I'm saying? He like to go ham in the paint.
I mean,
right?
I'm okay with Jordan gear too. You know, I'm okay with
Jordan. Yeah, I know you rocking. Jordan is cool. Jordan wasn't a point guard, man. Don't get me to start talking about Jordan, bro. I grew up in the Jordan era, bro. Nope.
No.
LeBron is the GOAT, bro. That's all I will say.
Yeah, he on another level. Like he another level for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I just, you know, in going back to what you were saying as far as the, you know, being a conduit, I think that's one of the things that I pride myself in as well. Like, it's truly a blessing to, you know, talk with people, just like you said, the rawness of telling their story. And then, like, you know, what's cool to me is like when it's people that's like you said, oh, I don't know, you know, I'm not a speaker, I don't do interviews, you know, like really it's just about the process. But then what gets me is once they do it, they're like, man, I'm glad I did that. That was really good for me. You know?
And you're more of a blessing than you might think, because as a result, they then look at life differently.
Yeah.
And they start making different decisions. Man, I'm hyped right now, bro. Like, the next person I'm about to talk to is a rap for them.
They about to get it.
But like, dude, you got some kerosene on you, because you like hot right now, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go find a school right now. I'm about to cancel. I'm like, yo, find me some people right now. I will talk on the street corner. I'll be like my brothers in New York when they be on the street corner, just on the soapbox going in. Let's go. Carry my phone and record this so I can go in on the people.
Oh man, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So what's your definition of success?
Oh man, I love it. Success is being able to impact others because you live. Right? So it's not connected to money.
No.
And when I say you lived, I don't mean existed. You live, like you are operating in your gift. You are living. You're alive. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So success is just being able to impact lives because you live. It's how many lives were affected because you lived. How many lives were touched in a positive way because you lived? You was alive. You lived out your passion. You lived out your gift, and other people's lives are impacted. And you might not even recognize that until it's your time to go. Like, you know, I'm in the box, and people at the funeral, and they talking about, man, you know, YB did this, YB did that. I had somebody challenge me. They said, I want you to think about your funeral, right? And what would you want people to say? Like, what would you want people to say about you? And then once you put that out there, then that's your end. Now go be that. Right? So Covey talks about beginning with the end in mind. So if you think about what you want people to say about you when you're gone, and you start to create those words, then go back to where you are and be that person. You feel me? If you want people to say, man, Rob was a giver, then be a giver. If you want people to say, man, like if I want my daughters to say, man, my dad was a phenomenal father. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, what's your location? I'm calling the fire station because you hot.
Let's go.
Hey,
Let's go.
hey.
Let's go.
Hey, he
Hold up.
hot over there.
Hey,
Hey,
bro. Hey, hold up.
spray him
Hey,
down.
hold
He
up.
hot.
Wawa. Hey, Wawa got these drinks. I got these this waters, man. 2 for $4, bro. I'm about to pour it on myself.
Oh man, that's amazing, man. And I think when you think about your legacy, or think about what you want to be thought of, like it really directs you in your path,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
helps you with your focus, and there is no
yeah,
distractions because you
yeah,
know where you're trying to get.
yeah. No question. No question. And then that was the one. So that's the most empowering thing. Like a lot of people walk around saying, the government is doing this, and people create systems to stop us, and that's true. Let's keep it real. It's true. But if we think about football, right, the purpose of the defense is to stop the offense.
Come on now, come on.
So if the purpose of the defense, i.e., systematic racism, or
Yeah.
i.e., police brutality,
Okay.
i.e., that's the defense. The purpose of the defense is to stop the offense. The purpose of the offense is not to complain about what the defense is doing.
Go
The purpose of
score.
the offense is to score. So
Yeah.
I'm Barry Sanders. I see the defense lined up to stop me. I'm going to bowl through you. I'm beast mode. I'm
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch.
Come
I'm a
on.
bowl through you. I'm
Let's
Joe
go.
Montana. I'm gonna
Yeah.
hit Jerry Rice all day. That we got to prepare mentally for the game, and we got to play, man. We can't be sitting here. No, don't get it wrong. We do have to fight oppression. We do have to call out. Like I love what Maxine Waters is doing. We got to call out them folks that's trying to play us, right? But at the end of the day, I still got to work on me. I still got to grind. And not everybody's gonna be on the front line. Somebody got to serve the water, right? Somebody got to cook the food. Somebody got to make the uniforms. Not everybody's gonna be on the front line screaming, fight the power. Some people got to fight the power. Some people got to fund some people got to fund the mission.
Yeah.
If we all on the battle line, who gonna fund the mission? Somebody got to make the bread, the funnel. I love what our people did during the Underground Railroad. Somebody got to have the house lit, left the light on, for the people to know, okay, that's where I need to go to the next. That's where the drop off spot is. You feel what I'm saying? So once we understand our purpose, not everybody's gonna be an eyeball. Not everybody's gonna be an elbow. Not everybody's gonna be a chest bone. You play your position, man. You do the best that you could do in that role, and you add value in the life that you have. And once people understand that, bro, man, let me say, their life will go to another level, because then you say, you know what? If I'm gonna be the eyeball, I'm gonna be the best darn eyeball that I was created to be. And I'm not gonna say, man, why can't I be a finger? Nah, bro, you an eyeball. That's what you do. You feel what I'm saying? So that's and I get beat up for that, man. Social media, I get beat up.
Yeah.
They be like, oh, you on this Republican, but I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. I just understand principles, man.
I know real.
I just know that, like, if I take
Yeah.
this pen and I drop it on the floor, I know gravity, bro. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Principles work. And you can't tell me that if people were able to create wealth, that we can't create wealth. It's not just germane to a certain culture, bro. They know something that obviously we don't know, right? So let's learn it, let's apply it, then let's put other people on. A lot of people don't want to put people on. They say, oh, I don't want this dude to get ahead of me. Why not? If he get ahead of you and he's able to help you, then now you get ahead of him.
Mm.
But can't nobody beat you if mentally you've already won. That's you might have won the game, but you ain't win the war. It's already won.
Hey, they on the way, man. They should be there in a couple of minutes to spray him
Oh
down.
yeah, they
He hot.
coming, bro. I think I hear the sound. I hear it. I just hope nobody else get affected, man. It's like living in a row house. It's like living in a row house in Philly, bro. If your house go up in flames, it's a wrap for your neighbors,
Yeah,
bro.
everybody. Everybody.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
what do you think last question here, what do you think it takes to achieve success? I know you gave a really good
Yeah.
definition of success, but what do you think it takes to achieve that type of success?
Yeah, it takes time.
Mm.
Um, and people say how long? Martin said not long, right? That's what Martin said, not long. How long? Not long. I just say it just take time, man. I think the moment you discover what you're meant to do, once you discover your purpose, you've started success, right? But then now you have to put it in. You got to put it in play. Now you got to go impact some other people. Take your gift and share it with others. Give it away. Give your gift away. One of the most powerful words that I heard from a preacher. He said, "Give your gift away. Just give it away. And when you give it away, it's gonna come back to you in abundance." So I think you start to measure success by the lives that have been touched, but success will come in time. And so just don't rush it. Don't rush it. Do what you need to do. Operate in the lane you're supposed to operate in, and you're gonna get results if you're doing the right things. And if you don't know what to do, don't be afraid to ask for help. And people might play you. They might play you and ask for help. But God bless the child that's got his own. So get yours. Like, man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna drop some nuggets. Kendall talked about this last night. We had a call. He says, people will help you when they see you helping yourself.
That's it. That's it.
They see you helping yourself. And I tell people straight up and down, man, the library is free, bro. The wealthiest place in our community is the library and the cemetery. Those are the two wealthiest places in our community. Not the bank, right? Not the corporate, whatever. It's the library and the cemetery. Why? Because the library has all of the information that you need, but the cemetery has all of the gems that people didn't let out. People die with the gems on the inside of them. They don't want to share them things. They want to keep it to themselves. They die with the gift, the songs, and the songs that should have been written. They in the grave. The buildings that should have been built, they in the grave. Because people are not operating in their gift. So I would encourage people to be successful. Find your gift, find your passion, and then go make it happen. Go impact, go give it away.
Well, there it is. YB, go find your passion, find your gift, and then give it away. You'll get it back for sure.
Yep.
Well, thanks so much again for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles. Had a good old time.
Yes, sir. I can't wait to get with you in person, man. We laugh so much, bro. I just think that as soon as I get with you, we're just gonna laugh some more, bro. We're just gonna be laughing.
Be like, man.
I need to come. I need to come. Yeah, I'm about to get a flight right now out of Richmond. I'm like, yo, Great Houston, come on down. Matter of fact, man, I want to come down. There's a guy, you may or may not know him, but his name is Toby Nwigwe.
Yes.
And Toby's a fire artist, bro. You need to get him on you need to interview him because he oh, hold up. I literally hear fire truck, bro. You spoke it to existence, bro.
Hey.
I will lie to you not. I literally hear the fire truck.
The fireman.
Somebody, man, you call the fire truck, bro. You call the fire department, bro. Come on, man. Am I calling fire for real?
Good stuff.
I love him.
Well, thank you guys for watching this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless. Go get it. Thank you to Best Life Coaching Society for sponsoring this episode of the Success Chronicles. www.bestlifecoachingsociety.com